Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're breaking down a book that can change how you think, how you make decisions, and how you understand the world. It's called Think Sharp: Developing Critical Thinking Habits. If you want to make smarter choices, cut through confusion, avoid mental traps, and see situations with clarity, this video will help you. Let's start. Most people believe thinking is automatic. The truth is that clear thinking is a skill. It's trained. It's practiced. The book explains that sharp thinking has 3 core qualities. First, you stay curious. Second, you question assumptions. And third, you slow down before you jump to conclusions. These habits protect you from mistakes and help you see the real truth behind a problem. Now let's talk about the brain's hidden shortcuts. The book describes the mental shortcuts our brains use to make sense of the world. These shortcuts help us move fast, but sometimes they push us into making the wrong decisions. The first one is confirmation bias. This is where you only notice information that supports what you already believe. It's a powerful bias that blinds you to better ideas or alternative viewpoints. Next is the availability bias. This is when your brain judges ideas based on what is easy to remember, not necessarily what is most accurate. Vivid, recent, or emotional events stick in our minds and we give them more weight than they deserve. The third shortcut is emotional reasoning. This happens when your feelings push you to accept ideas that match your current mood. Instead of relying on facts, you feel something is true, so you believe it's true. The book teaches that when you start to notice these shortcuts in your own thinking, you become more objective and make better, more rational choices. So, how do we do that? The book outlines 5 habits of a sharp thinker. Habit number 1 is to ask better questions. Sharp thinkers don't just accept things at face value. They ask powerful questions like, what else could be true? What evidence supports this claim? And just as importantly, what evidence challenges it? Questions are the engine of clarity. Habit number 2 is to slow the process down. Most bad decisions happen when you rush. The book suggests simply pausing, taking a breath, and creating a small gap to separate your emotion from your action. Even 10 seconds of conscious pause can prevent a major mistake. Habit number 3 is to look for hidden assumptions. Behind every argument, every idea, every decision, there is an assumption. Sharp thinkers have a knack for bringing those hidden assumptions out into the open and testing them. Is this assumption actually true? What if it's not? Habit number 4 is to break problems into smaller pieces. A big, complex problem can feel overwhelming, but when you break it down into smaller, manageable chunks, it becomes much clearer. Chunking the problem clears your path forward so you can tackle one piece at a time. And habit number 5 is to seek multiple perspectives. 2 minds almost always see more than one. The book strongly encourages listening to people who think differently than you do. Their views aren't a threat, they're a gift. They help you escape your own blind spots and see the full picture. Now, let's make this practical with a simple decision-making framework from the book. It's a 4-step process. Step 1 is to define the problem clearly. This sounds obvious, but it's the most common mistake. If you misidentify the real problem, you'll end up solving the wrong thing, no matter how brilliant your solution is. Step 2 is to gather only useful information. We live in an age of information overload. You don't need everything. You just need the information that actually matters for this specific decision. Focus on quality, not quantity. Step 3 is to compare your options based on objective criteria, not emotion. Before you look at the options, decide on your criteria. Things like cost, risk, potential value, or time commitment. Then, you can rate your options against these criteria fairly, which keeps emotional bias out of the driver's seat. And finally, step 4 is to test your decision. Before you commit, ask yourself one powerful question. If I'm wrong about this, what happens? This simple stress test keeps your ego in check and helps you prepare for potential downsides. It's about being prepared, not pessimistic. So, how do we use all of this in our daily lives? Let's look at a few examples in your conversations. Instead of reacting fast and planning what you're going to say next, just listen fully. Ask for clarification before you respond. You'll be amazed at how much misunderstanding you avoid. When you're consuming online information, practice a simple 3-part check. Check the source. Check the date to see if it's still relevant, and check the intention behind the message. Is it trying to inform, persuade, or sell you something? When facing personal problems, don't try to fight the entire overwhelming situation at once. Instead, work to identify the single root cause. Most big issues shrink dramatically once you see what's actually driving them. And in arguments or disagreements, make a commitment to focus on the facts, not the person. State what you know for sure, and be honest about what you're unsure about. A little bit of intellectual humility and respect goes a long way in finding common ground. The book makes a great analogy. It says sharp thinking is like physical fitness. You get stronger with consistent practice. It's not a talent you're born with, it's a discipline you build. The book offers some simple daily exercises to build this mental muscle. For example, each day, analyze one belief you hold and ask yourself why you truly believe it. Where did that belief come from? Another exercise is to read something outside your comfort zone. If you're liberal, read a conservative viewpoint. If you love fiction, read a science article. This exposes you to new models of thinking. You can also practice challenging your own first reaction, especially in difficult or emotional moments. Ask yourself, what's a second, more thoughtful reaction? At the end of the day, take just 2 minutes to reflect on the decisions you made. What went well? What could you have done differently? And finally, practice separating facts from opinions and conversations, news, and even your own thoughts. These small, daily habits are what build a truly sharp and resilient mind over time. So, what's the core message of the book? It's simple, but profound. Your mind becomes powerful when you intentionally train it. Critical thinking isn't about being negative or skeptical of everything. It's about being intentional. It's about actively choosing clarity over chaos. When you think sharp, you communicate better, you solve problems faster, and you live with a greater sense of confidence and control. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like button and subscribe for more long-form book explanations that help you grow your mind and your skills. Let me know in the comments the next book you want me to cover. Thanks for watching. Stay sharp and stay curious.